away. Donovan knows what he's talking about. I think he's on the right track.
Go.
Thank you. So Atlanta will get the first possession. A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. And in at the forward positions, Hunter and Collins. At the guard positions, Young and Herter. And it's Capella in at the center, locking down the middle. Hits it from three-point range. Yeah, tonight, Greg, two teams with a lot of talent, but also a lot of inexperience.
And we'll see some spectacular plays, but also a few boneheaded ones as well. Always interesting to watch these young players develop.
Levine throws it down.
Zach LaVine. He's already won multiple dunk contests. How about another?
Ball against Young. The pass to Herter. That three off the mark.
They get away with it here, but that's not a shot you should ever be giving him.
There's the call on Kevin Herter. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
About 1 minute into the first quarter. The kick out to Williams. Pass to DeRozan. Back to Williams. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Hunter for three. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Hunter. And now another look at that mobile one-block defensive performance.
And right out of the gate, trying to set the tone defensively, you gotta love that energy.
Outside ball. Pass to Levine. Fires from deep. Good on the three-point shot. Levine's got 5.
Since being drafted in 2014, he needs to put in work on his three-point shot. He's really upgrading his deep game.
Now, here is Young. Here's Herter. Backs in, coming off the assist from Young.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
But these days, so much emphasis on the perimeter game. But you can see why after that sequence.
It's deflected. Vucevic down low. Capella's there. Here's Levine. Passes it the ball. Vucevic setting the pick for Levine. The three-pointer, no good. Atlanta's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Herter passes to Collins. Back to Herter. Young drives in. Chalk up 2 there. Young's got his second basket of the night.
And this is something Young must keep doing. His attack off the dribble, the ability to absorb the contact, and then just finishing through.
Levine, that's good.
Oh, he's got to roll in this quarter, taking it on himself to guide their offense.
And Kevin, you tend to forget this about Levine. I mean, he's still so young. You feel like he's been in the league forever.
2 minutes.
Young, no good. Inside. Here's DeRozan. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
Wants to improve his all-around game. I mean, Levine demonstrating how unselfish he is with a great pass.
You know, Greg, I was just thinking about Zach LaVine and his age. He's just now in his mid to late 20s.
And he's grown so much since that rookie year. Excited to see what numbers he can put up as he gets ready to enter into his prime.
Now, here's Hunter. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Levine looking around. Stolen by Collins. Here's Herter. That's in, coming off the assist from Young.
What a look. Young providing the dime. A really unselfish player.
There's the pass to Levine. Vucevic against Capella. And Levine, here we go. Makes it off the glass. Levine's got 10 points.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Here's Young. He's got 5. Pass to Herter. From the arc, just 5 to shoot. They push it up 4 on 3. Levine can't hit. Here's Herter, guarded by Levine. Capella with the bucket.
Now this is where Capella is most effective, looking comfortable attacking once he's got established position.
Outside, Levine. Right wing, and Vucevic kicks to Levine. Tries it from 19. Not going to go that time.
Even when the D is playing off of him, the mid-range jumper shouldn't be the shot they're looking.
It's all time.
Ladies and gentlemen, the lovable. Ladies and gentlemen.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. Looking at what we've seen from the Bulls, what do you guys think?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Yeah, it's a gambling style that pays off, keeping things in disarray for that offense.
In the backcourt, it's Ball and Levine. DeRozan out there with Williams, and it's Vucevic in at the 5. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. And Zach Levine gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
And here's Young. 5 points in the game. Pass to Herter. Stolen by Ball. And Trae Young gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Young against Ball. At the elbow, Williams. Outside, Levine. And there's the drive. Atlanta with the rebound. Capella's got 5 rebounds tonight. Hunter, no one around him. Paxton coming off the assist from Young. Young's got 3 assists in the game.
It's time for T-shirt.
Bulls trail by 3.
All right, look who's coming out of the court. Get up.
Ball surveying the defense. DeRozan finds Vucevic. Back to DeRozan.
That was your lovable dance team. Make some noise.
Outside Williams. 5 to shoot. Back to DeRozan. And he banks in the layup. DeRozan's got his second bucket of the night.
It's just so hard to stop DeRozan from making his way inside and generating points. And at times, it just feels like DeRozan is still underappreciated. Receives a lot of criticism for what he doesn't do and not enough credit for what he does.
Pass to Vucevic. On the wing, Levine. A 3-ball. The shot, no good. And it's the Hawks taking it the other way. Young passes to Collins. Down low. Puts the move on. And Capella with the layup. Capella's got the lead up to 5 now for Atlanta. And DeRozan's talked about using negative press to his advantage.
You know, he said you have to be able to take criticism if you want to be great. Use the negative energy to become something more than you thought you could be. The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, coach is definitely pleased. That's the execution he loves to see.
And so Levine will bring it up now for Chicago. Here's Ball, and Capella sends it back.
You got to be careful when Capella is patrolling the area. He's an excellent shot blocker who uses his length well.
Levine with it. He's
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. Young, no good. Chicago trailing here. There's Ball with the 3. Kick out to Levine. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
He had 2 3-pointers in the opening quarter, and it hasn't been able to connect yet here in the second.
Here's Herter. Rebound by the Bulls.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on it.
And the basket by DeRozan. All right, Greg, you're a lefty. You're on the call tonight. Here we are courtside. Who do you think is the best left-handed player currently in the NBA?
Oh, it's the beard. James Harden, Kevin, no question. But Zion's going to be carrying that torch for us lefties going forward. I have no doubt he'll make us proud.
Levine wide open. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got his third assist on the night. Young against Ball. Now the pass to Herter. Back to Young. Here's Herter. Pass to Collins. Can they get it? And finished off by Collins.
Becoming a true force on the offensive glass. Love how hard Collins goes after those second chance opportunities.
Now here's Ball. 36 seconds left in the first half. Levine for three. No good.
This quarter has been hit or miss for him. Mostly miss.
Shot by Collins, no good.
I don't think the D does good enough here, but something causes the miss.
Bulls moving the ball around. Here's Vucevic. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Lobbed up there for Collins. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. 1 second left. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Bulls out front. They lead by 5. Thanks so much, David. And we'll And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Zach LaVine, he's really been playing well.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And as they can't slow him down, you know what you do? You keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. This is the right game plan.
On the court for Atlanta, we've got Gallinari. White is out there with Bogdanovich. Then it's Okongwu, and it's Luwawu in at the 3 spot.
And with Kobe White, you hate to see him settle. He's best when going at the rim. The defense wins if he takes that mid-range jumper. When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Yeah, you can't blame the ref for making that call at all. The defense in general is already at such a disadvantage as it is.
Out to White. Driving inside, and White slams it in.
You know, on the drive, White uses his speed so effectively, getting inside before the defense can collapse.
And Greg, with Kobe White, he's a solid shooter, but teams have keyed in on him.
I just want to see him more in attack mode. He's a solid finisher when he gets in there, and it could take his game. And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. And it's Wright missing. Chicago leading by 12. Bobbed up there for Green. Caruso, the pass to Green. Here's Caruso. White, wide open. He fires. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Spins. Pass to Luwawu. Trying to find Gallinari and gets it to him. 2 points. That one goes. Gallinari's got his first basket of the night.
And with those points, he puts an end to that 10-0 run by the Bulls.
Outside, White fires the 3. With the drive, Caruso. Here's Thompson. Atlanta with the rebound. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And Jones sends it back. And it was not a clean block. Whistle blows and a foul on the defender here. It's a shooting foul, so free throws will be coming up. The Hawks shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And they shot 81% from the line last season as a team. So you really can't find fault with what they're able to do there.
Right side, White. Outside, Jones. They kick it out to Green. Out of bounds. Atlanta will take possession.
A flat-out loss of concentration. That kind of turnover will drive a coach crazy.
And we just got a second look there at the exceptional mobile one block.
Yeah, quick thinking pays off big. What a block.
Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Outside, Bogdanovich. Dishes it to Okongwu. The kick out to Wright. Clock at 4. Tries again. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up with the Chicago Bulls. Just 4 points. That's all they've given up here in the second half. And stolen by Wright. Here's Luwawu. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Jones. And Okongwu gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor. Third quarter action in just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Here's White. And Capella sends it back. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. So Chicago ends up going with the new group. Outside DeRozan. Nailed from three-point land. DeRozan's got 10.
Well, the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple. And DeRozan, a free agent this past offseason, took his time to find the right fit in terms of who he would sign with, ultimately choosing Chicago in a big victory for the Bulls.
It's Young on the wing, stolen by Ball. Ahead. Out to DeRozan. High post Vucevic. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Levine for 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got 4 assists in the game. There's 42 seconds left in the third. To the middle. Here's Collins. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
And how about the heart from Collins on that play, working through the foul for the and-one opportunity.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
It's exciting to think about how much more John Collins might grow as a player. His shooting is obviously strong, but he's always working towards reaching that next level as a player.
And they're running. Here's Herter. And the layup is good. He has 7.
Straight up effort gets him those points. That's what it's all about on the offensive glass.
There's Ball with the 3. That one's not going to go. Stolen by Ball. And so it's Chicago. Up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. They've been...
All right, look who's coming out of the court.
And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Makes it a tough play to defend because you also have to guard against him taking it himself.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. In the backcourt, it's Ball and Levine. Williams is out there with DeRozan. And it's Vucevic in at the center position. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Young against Ball. There's the 3. Rebound by the Bulls. Vucevic has got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
Until he starts knocking down some shots, I don't think the deficit's going to get any smaller. An easy pass turns into a terrible turnover. And that's a possession wasted.
Ball against Young. Passes it to Herter. Now Capella. It's stolen by Vucevic. Stolen by Collins. Capella kicks to Hunter. Young outside. Looking to end his cold spell. The Hawks again can't hit. The Bulls leading by 15. To the inside. Vucevic. And Vucevic throws it down.
And using every bit of that large frame for the exclamation point, Vucevic a force around the rim.
He's done almost no damage from three-point range in this game. No threes in this half, and only one in the first.
Now here's Levine. Not a lot of room. They retain possession. A three-pointer off the mark. The Hawks trail by 17. Lobbed up there for Collins. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
I'm sure his teammates love having a guy like Collins on the receiving end of those alley-oops. As fun an assist as you'll get.
Ball dishes to DeRozan. Ball with it, guarded by Hunter. And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That is his first foul of the game.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
On its way from Young for two. And Atlanta again with the bucket.
Oh, nice to see Capella find the open teammate as he continues to develop his ability to create for others.
And Vucevic kicks the ball. The pass to Levine. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got 6 assists in the game.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Yeah. Horrible effort. It appears they may be on the brink of giving up.
Drills the three-pointer. Levine's got 11 points here in just the second half.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
But it had to be. These days, you need to stretch the floor somewhat to make everything else work.
How about dealing from long range, just going at each other?
Well, it's a matter of pride and a matter of each side trying to seize control of this game right now.
DeRozan against Hunter. Collins grabs the miss. And Collins has got the ball here for the Atlanta Hawks. It's Young on the wing. Another three for Atlanta.
A high-usage player for a reason. Young takes and makes loads of threes.
Outside, Levine. Six to shoot. Pulls up on the wing. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Capella's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Young way outside. Another three for Atlanta.
You know, the range Young has really is unlimited. He just feels comfortable shooting as soon as he crosses half court.
Young against Ball. Outside DeRozan. Outside Williams. Here's Ball. No good off the back of the rim. Here's the Hawks with the ball. They're on a 13-5 run.
What quickness from Young on that play. He gets the ball and gets to his release with great quickness.
Al Levine. $18 feet out. And an air ball on that one. Way off. Young for three. Rebound by Williams. Now here's Ball. And so it's Chicago winning this one. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight.
Tonight, Smitty, both teams tonight run their offenses through the post.
BA, we can expect a physical game tonight. And with the right players, you can still win by playing inside out.
And a look at the starters for the Bulls. Ball and Levine make up the backcourt. Patrick Williams out there with Nikola Vucevic. And it's DeRozan in at the 3. Now here's Robinson. 5 on the clock. Butler can't get it to go. Levine against Robinson. There's the 3. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Love the confidence from Zach at the arc. He doesn't doubt himself for a second.
Left side Robinson. Spins. That's good. And so Lowry with the assist.
Attacking the defense with the pass. Don't need to be a hero.
Lowry against Ball. Here's Levine for 3. The shot comes out, and Miami the other way now. Well, it's hard to talk about Lowry without mentioning his fantastic defense.
Quick and physical with ball handlers. Tough to back down in the post and just brings the effort on every play.
Knocked loose and stolen by Williams. Pass to Levine. First quarter and about a minute and a half in. Some solid defense from Butler. Levine's gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. Oh, and a nice defensive play to disrupt the lob. Vucevic with it, and it's Robinson picking him up. Robinson with the block. Outside, Williams.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
And we've got to see that sensational mobile 1 block again.
That'll put some fear into the shooters, and he made sure to do it early, too.
Lowry outside. And he buries his first look.
Crafty play from Kyle Lowry in the paint, getting by the defense into his shot.
Outside, Williams. Back to Ball. On the wing, Levine to the inside. Here's Williams, and there's a 3-second violation. Timeout called here. Chicago decides to talk it over.
Yeah, hoping to tap into something that'll get them clicking.
Yeah, these guys need to work together as a team, as a unit. Try and carve out some easy buckets.
All right, look who's coming onto the court.
Now here's Butler.
Now for the Miami Heat, Dancer.
Left side, Robinson.
Give him a hand, fans.
He can't hit that time. Nice D from Levine. To the middle. DeRozan passes to Levine. And a missed layup.
Just a little off to start this game. 1 for 5, looking to find some kind of rhythm.
To the right side. Back to Tucker. Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation.
First team foul.
And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. Lowry against Ball. Shot clock at 6. Adebayo, a screen on Levine. They get the rebound. Chicago has gone 1 for 2 from beyond the arc in this first quarter. Robinson with a steal.
Put that one-man show on Broadway.
That's one way to go with the alley-oop. The Bulls have gone only 1 of 5 so far. Ball against Lowry. Pass to Levine. Back to Ball. To stop the drought. And Levine throw it down.
The creativity, extreme athleticism. You see why Zach's won the dunk contest multiple times.
Now here's Tucker. A minute 9 left in the first quarter of the game. Adebayo finds Lowry. Tries the spin move. 5 to shoot. Vucevic with a steal. Down low. And Levine throws it down.
No denying Zach Levine's hops. Flies right up and sometimes over the hoop to jam it in.
Pass to Robinson. Now Tucker. Williams defending. It's Adebayo, high post. Working on Vucevic. The Heat need to get one up in a hurry. For three, Robinson. Another miss. He's 1 for 4 from the field.
I mean, all period, it's been a struggle for him scoring the ball. The defense got lucky there. That's one you expect him to drain.
Shot clock and game clock, 1 second differential. And here's Lowry from the arc. It's rebounded by Levine. And there's the call. It's on Bam Adebayo. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
We've got 13 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Now Ball. Pass to Levine. Fires the three. The shot, no good. And a closely contested grit and grind first quarter comes to a close.
All right.
And one of the league's best at drawing charges. Kyle.
It's a real life momentum, you know.
Boy, Grant, he's as tough as they come, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he grew up in Philly, idolizing Allen Iverson. Lowry's tenacity and willingness to put his body on the line, actually reminiscent of Iverson's.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. And before we move on, what do you think about what we've seen here from the Bulls tonight?
Defensively, their gambles are paying off, jumping passing lanes and pressuring ball handlers.
And you can't cause those mistakes unless you're willing to gamble. So far, they've rolled the dice, and it's paid off.
Heading the backcourt, it's Lowry and Robinson. At the forward slots, Butler and Tucker. And it's Adebayo in at center, filling out the middle. That's the group on the floor for Miami.
Defenses pay a lot of attention to Zach LaVine because he can attack from anywhere in the half court, a player you can't lose track of.
Now here's Lowry. Left side, Butler. And that comes off the assist by Lowry.
This speaks to how assertive Butler is. Good at getting deep inside and finishing.
And with LaVine and the attention he garners, it opens up his teammates.
B.A. Zach LaVine has improved in that regard. When his teammates are open, he swings it right on time. His IQ on the offensive side has gone way up.
The shot's good.
This demonstrates how confident LaVine is. Knows he has the trust of his teammates to fire quick shots.
Lowry into the lane. Adebayo finds Butler. Back to Adebayo. And Adebayo slams it in.
One of the cases where height fails to tell you the whole story.
From Jimmy Butler.
Ball against Lowry. Ball passes to Levine for three. Adebayo grabs the board.
It's amazing. All night he's been out of sync on the offensive end, yet they continue to lead.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use two hands next time. He knows where he is. Now here's Ball. What, no scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. On target from range.
And they seem to have a hard time picking good shots in the first quarter, but it's all coming together now for them here.
Here's Adebayo. He's got 6. No one covering. Lowry's got 5 points.
Tough-minded individual. Lowry answers back with his own 3 on the other end.
Here's Vucevic. DeRozan outside. Driving in. Back to Vucevic. And stolen by Adebayo. Outside Robinson. Tucker up top. Back to Robinson. Clock at 6. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
His first personal foul.
And a look at how the offensive approach has been going so far for the Heat.
Guys, their willingness to attack the basket so far has been great. They're penetrating, finding the holes in the defense, and scoring from close range.
You know what else, guys? Defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight and turn them into points.
Williams finds Levine. Ball outside. There's the triple. And it's Miami with a rebound. 1:31 left to play in the first half of basketball. And again, the Heat missing. Chicago trailing here. Here's Levine for three. Here's Vucevic. Miami grabs the miss. Lowry's got 4 rebounds now. And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
And both free throws good for Robinson.
Yeah, they're playing a much more physical game here in the second quarter.
Here's Ball. Well, he hasn't scored yet, but I'm sure that'll change. Outside Levine. To the paint. Here's Vucevic. And there's the call. It's on Bam Adebayo. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second personal foul. First team foul.
And 1:01 left in the first half of this game. Here's Levine. Adebayo with the rejection.
With a strong sense of timing and awareness, Bam sent that shot away.
Here's Levine. Vucevic. Nice persistence to tip it back in.
Challenging the defense at the rim, something he does very well. Excellent tip in.
Ball against Lowry. Outside Butler. Driving inside. Back to Lowry. Pass to Adebayo. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Tucker with the ball. Adebayo, no good.
Unusual for him, just a lack of concentration. Fails to finish the play.
Knocks it loose. Out of bounds. It'll be Heat ball.
Miscommunication oftentimes leads to turnovers. That's something they'll want to discuss.
The Heat with the lead. Oladipo with the ball. Hero outside. Beyond the arc. Jones grabs the board. Here's White. The putback.
The unbelievable effort. Thompson, a dedicated warrior on the offensive glass.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. All right, good stuff, Allie.
19. The ball. 18.
And if you're just joining us, we played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Zach LaVine with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
On the court for Chicago. And here comes the coach's challenge. He disagrees with the foul. He does not hesitate to ask for a second look. It's a pretty heated game. Every call matters.
People were worried that this was with so many close calls in every game. The NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call...
The ruling on the floor is confirmed.
And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
Well, Grant, does it seem like teams are carrying fewer specialists than they used to?
You know, B.A., I actually think there's more specialists. I mean, think about it. You have certain players who can do everything, who are versatile, who can carry a team. But then you surround them and complement them with guys who can knock down open jump shots. So I actually think you have more specialists, a lot of them being shooters who can space the floor for their ball club.
And the ball out of play. The Heat will have it. Here's Oladipo. Pass to Dedmon. And here's Hero. Clock at 4. Now Oladipo. Stolen by Caruso. And for those tuning in, we're about a minute into this second half. Right side Jones, and he lobs it up. It's tipped. On the break. And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it.
Second team foul.
Oladipo outside. Here's Morris. Pass to Dedmon. Back to Morris. All sorts of time. And he connects with a jumper.
Spacing and ball movement. We hear coaches talk about those two elements all the time.
Here's Caruso. He's guarded by Oladipo. Here's Thompson. Rebound by the Heat.
Yeah, we're not used to seeing him get bottled up like that. Wow.
And so the ball out of bounds. Hero touched it last.
Careless turnover. You lose focus for even a moment in this league. That's the result.
Bradley, he's checked in for Thompson. Here's Caruso. And here is Green. Well, he hasn't put up any points yet in this one.
Man, good whistle there.
That's his first.
Free throw good. Green.
First team foul. At the line for the...
So he gets them both. And it's Miami's ball. They've only allowed 2 points so far in the second half.
And there's just one foul now away from the penalty.
That's his second personal foul. Third team foul.
Here's Hero. Tipped and out of bounds. It'll be Chicago ball. Chicago trailing here. Just under 2.5 minutes into this third quarter now. White with it. Now Oladipo defending. Pass to Bradley. The kick out to White. Oh, deflected. Stolen by Hero. And they're on the run. Here's Martin. Hero outside. For three, Oladipo. Can't get it to drop. Now Chicago takes it the other way.
And with Tyler Hero, he's shown he can score. He has a skill set to get consistent points and knows how to find his spots on the floor.
And it's Caruso on the take. And that one good.
That's a well-timed, well-coordinated play. Comes right off the pick for the lay-in.
Now here's Oladipo. Morris outside. Pass to Hero. Spins. 6 on the shot clock. Morris sets a screen. White with the steal. Stolen by Hero. Here's Martin. 1:21 left in the third quarter. Back to Oladipo. Kicks it to Hero. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Dedmon. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
That's his first.
Kobe White picks one up.
Aggressive move by Dedmon. Challenge mentality. Draws contact.
And Hero is solid without the ball as well. Great movement.
Yeah, I mean, he's still improving in that area, but his backdoor cuts are getting better. He really knows how to get easy scores that way. Just needs to learn to not settle for those off-balance shots.
So Chicago ends up going with a new group.
That's off contact. Really good body control. You like to see Zach playing physical.
Oladipo against ball. Pass to Morris. Now here's Hero. Dedmon, high post. For 3, Oladipo. Miami, no good that time either. The Bulls have gotten 2 of 4 shots to go since the break. Ball finds DeRozan. Now here's Vucevic. He's guarded by Hero. They double team Vucevic. Here's Levine. That one falls. Coming off the Vucevic feed. Levine's gotten 4 this quarter.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Oladipo, the pass to Hero. three-pointer. Rebound by the Bulls. Vucevic has got 7 rebounds in the game. The three is up. It's not going to go for him. And we've just finished the third quarter. What a tight game we've got going. It's the Bulls.
Fans, welcome your Miami.
And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
You have to love his unselfishness and ability to make those around him better.
So many good point guards in this league. So much responsibility comes with that position. That was a smart play.
Welcome your Miami.
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Eric Spoelstra's huddle. He said, guys, you don't have to chuck up the first 3 you see. Keep your heads up. Keep looking for the best option. Let's see how they respond. Back to you guys.
Okay, thanks, Allie. At the forward slots, Butler and Tucker. Manning the backcourt, it's Lowry and Robinson. And it's Adebayo in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group in the game for the Heat. So it's Miami now, following the bucket by the Bulls. Back to Lowry. Butler up top, defended by DeRozan. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
I mean, it is crazy to think how far Jimmy Butler has come. I mean, didn't see a lot of the floor in his first 2 seasons. Then soon after, he made 4 straight All-Star games.
Butler hits them both. And Butler in his career, Grant, he won Most Improved Player in 2015.
I mean, it's like he became a 20 points per game player overnight. You feel like Butler just needed a chance in the NBA. And I'll tell you what, he's made the most of everything he's had.
Now here's Williams. From deep. Sinks it from distance. And the Bulls lead by 4.
And after a sketchy first half, they're now looking much more comfortable on the offensive end.
Lowry, the pass to Butler, tries the spin move, driving to the basket, and it's Butler who slams it down.
Snazzy. Jimmy Butler getting it done, showing off his handles. They are on display right there.
Ball against Lowry. Pass to Levine. And the dunk by Levine.
Rise to the challenge, young fella. Zach LaVine wants the ball in key situations.
Ball against Lowry. Drives to the hoop. And here's Adebayo. And it's cleared by Vucevic. Vucevic has got his 8th rebound here tonight.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
Yeah, that's a great shot. 3rd 3 of the game for him, first in this half.
Lowry, the pass to Robinson. Tucker with the ball. From deep. DeRozan with the rebound. 4th quarter play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it now. Levine passes to Vucevic. Launches it. And it's Miami with a rebound. Down low. Levine with a steal. Vucevic with it. Guarded by Adebayo. Williams from long range. Jimmy Butler with a rebound. Up top, Robinson. And he's going for the lob. And finished off by Adebayo.
Wonderful play. With that long wingspan and huge hands, Adebayo catches and finishes with ease.
Lowry against ball. Pass to Levine. 4-3. It's good. And the assist that time from Ball.
3 points.
Ball's got his 4th assist in this one.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
This was obviously a focal point coming out of the break. Look smart when the shots are going down.
For 3, Lowry. And rebounded by Zach LaVine. LaVine's got 4 rebounds in the game. Ball. And the layup is good. Ball's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Up in his playmaking skills. When LaVine notices an open teammate, he whips the pass over.
For 3, Lowry. And it's Chicago with a board. Vucevic has got 9 rebounds now. DeRozan outside. Inside. Vucevic finds ball. fast break. Here we go. Robinson finds some space. Shot is good. Off the back rim and in. Grant, wouldn't be a bad idea here to slow it down.
The coach is definitely looking for patience and execution.
On the wing, Levine. Back to Williams. Pass to Levine. 4 on the clock. And stolen by Adebayo. And here comes the break. Lowry with it. Guarded now by Ball. Here's Tucker. Butler against DeRozan. And finished off by Adebayo.
Selfless pass by Butler. He's always ready to put the team's success ahead of his own.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Oh, it's stolen by Butler. Money.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point of the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
We talk about it time and time again. Turnovers are costly, especially when the game is close.
Williams on the wing. So it's the Bulls taking the W in a close one. Allie, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us.
2K Sports presents Thursday night at the GA. It's all yours.
Good evening to you, Kevin.
What a resume. A tremendous competitor, David. Thank you.
Here we go.
So Atlanta will get the first possession. So here's Miami's starting group. Butler and Tucker up in the forward spots. Backcourt pair for them, it's Lowry and Robinson. And it's Adebayo in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Shot by Collins, no good. Growing up in a military family, John Collins moved around a lot as a kid, Brent, getting to experience different parts of the world.
Yeah, interesting upbringing. Born in Utah, moved to Guam, lived in Turkey, was in the U.S. Virgin Islands. It's a lot of life experience for any kid growing up, let alone a guy who's trying to find his way in competitive basketball. And John Collins, maybe playing soccer on all those military bases has helped out that footwork a little bit, Kevin.
In the corner, Herder with it. Stolen by Tucker. Now running up the court, Robinson pushing it up. Young with the steal. Herder passes to Young. Herder, no good.
We'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of space. Just clanked it.
Stolen by Collins. Young outside. No good on that one. And the Heat going the other way now. Robinson dishes to Tucker. Back to Robinson. Good ball movement here by Miami. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. For Atlanta, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Young against Lowry. Here's Herder. That's in, coming off the assist from Young.
Trae Young continuing to read and scan the floor, and that time finds an open teammate.
Outside Lowry. Outside Butler. He takes it in, and oh, he jams it right over Clint Capella. Wow.
Oh, Jimmy, that was impressive.
Young with the ball. Passes to Herder. This one for 3. Good on the triple. Herder's got 6.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Outside Lowry. Pass to Butler. And here is Robinson. 6 on the shot clock. Tries the spin move. A shot by Lowry. Wide open. And he's good on the 3-ball.
You know, there was a time when three-point shooting was a liability for Lowry. But the guy has put in the time, and now he is a solid option from deep.
That connection with Collins, that's an impressive play. A very, very high percentage.
Outside Robinson. Misses the 3. And so it's Capella with it. He brings it up for the Hawks. And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That is his first foul of the game. Tyler Hero. He's checked in for Duncan Robinson. 1:44 left here in the first quarter. Young from outside. And it's Miami with the rebound. Pass to Hunter. Inside. And Young kicks to Capella. Herder passes to Capella. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stance for the Hawks?
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnover.
They've also racked up a ton of points off of turnovers so far in tonight's game.
Here's Butler after Clint Capella's bucket. From past the arc. And it's Butler missing. Atlanta leading by 3. The pass to Hunter. He dishes it to Collins. Hunter with it. Out defended by Adebayo. And finished off by Collins.
Collins working well off the ball and cutting to the hoop.
Lowry kicks to Hero. Passes it to Adebayo. Back to Hero. Lets it go with a three. It's hauled in by Clint Capella.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock.
Man, I thought he was making that in so close. That's some aggressive defense.
Young against Lowry. Stolen. And now here comes Young leading the break. And stolen by Butler. And we reached the end of the first quarter. Hawks ahead. They lead by 5. And
your Atlanta Hawks dancer. All right, look who's coming under the court. Come on, get
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, your thoughts?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
Yeah, defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court for Atlanta, Collins and Capella make up the inside pair. And the wings, Herder and Hunter. And it's Young in at the 1.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
And the former Kentucky Wildcat, Tyler Hero, he was picked 13th grade in the 2019 draft, and he had an immediate impact.
And you feel a lot of teams didn't see how NBA ready Hero was. Underrated as a playmaker coming into the league. He's been a huge part of this team since his arrival.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. After their trip to the NBA Finals in 2020, Miami Heat is looking to get back to that championship round. Jimmy Butler says, we know what we're capable of. We want to get back to the finals. We can get back there. I like our chances against anybody, honestly. Nobody intimidates us. Kevin?
Great attitude. They've shown they can compete at the highest level, David. Thank you. Pass to Hunter. Back to Collins. It's stolen by Adebayo. Floats it up for Adebayo.
And finally, someone scores.
Yeah, the buckets have been few and far between, and neither team able to get into any sort of offensive rhythm.
Pass to Herder. And here's Young. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And Herder gets it to go.
He's shooting that with tons and tons of confidence. Herder with another catch-and-shoot basket.
Now Lowry. And there's the pass to Hero. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
And Hero early on in his career finds himself in these big-time moments.
Spins. Young passes to Herder. Back to Young. I'm sitting here with former NBA dunk contest champion Brent Berry. Brent, how do you feel about how modern offenses sometimes back away from the paint?
Well, I love it, Kevin. By the way, in the dunk contest, you know there's no defense. So I'm all for that, too, because I didn't play that. But will we go back to low post play? I think what's happened is the post now is used more as an opportunity for offenses to penetrate the defense and then create more movement on the perimeter, and then the ball comes back out. And looking for those three-point shots and taking a higher percentage of those is leading to more winning. So I'm not sure when that changes. Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
And here's Hunter. He'll bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. It's a three-point game. Young drives in, gets that one to drop. First one of the game after 4 straight misses.
And what makes Young an all-star caliber player? Well, he can beat you with the jumper and the bounce.
Lowry passes to Adebayo. Back to Lowry. Clock at 6. The dish to Butler. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Capella's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Stolen by Tucker. In transition, here comes Miami. And it's Butler with the jam.
And that's Jimmy Butler with a great finish there. Good hands to catch the pass and throw it through.
Young outside, passes it to Herter. Here's Collins. Count the basket. And it's 6 points for John Collins.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Here's Tucker. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet.
Now his poor shooting is a big reason that they're staring at this deficit right now. He needs to get on track if they're going to find a way to win.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Back to Young. Puts up a 3. It doesn't go for him. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Bucks lead by 5. And now we'll send it over.
16.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. The Heat trail by 5. So with Lowry on the bench, this is who Eric Spoelstra has on the floor. Markieff Morris is out there with Martin. Then there's Oladipo. Then it's Dwayne Dedmon. And it's Hero in at the 2 spot. Martin wide open. He fires. And a miss there on the triple.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Here's Okongwu. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. Heat shooting about 33%. Not happy with their play on that end. Oladipo goes in. A 3 from Morris. Drills it from outside. Morris has got the first bucket of the 3rd here for the Heat.
Oladipo playing a couple years at point guard in Orlando when he started his career, showing off his passing ability there.
Beyond the arc. Luwalu's shot is off. Miami has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Hero from long range. Bogdanovich grabs the miss. The Hawks leading. Luwalu-Cabarrot kicks to Bogdanovich. It's good from long range. Bogdanovich has got himself on the board with 3 there.
I think he's just going to get more and more confident from behind the arc and become a more consistent scorer in this league as time goes by.
Now, here's Oladipo. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And he drives in. Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession. Robinson's checked in for Miami.
B substitution. Duncan Robinson.
The Hawks leading by 5. Bogdanovich with it. Right outside. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Bogdanovich with it. Guarded down by Morris.
Markieff Morris. And that's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Pass to Luwawu. 3-pointer. Another 3 for Atlanta.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Robinson passes to Martin. With the shot, here's Dedmon. Second shot opportunity, and Okongwu gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Here's Dedmon. Again, the miss by the Heat. Now the Hawks moving it the other way. The shot by Okongwu, no good. The Heat trail by 8. Robinson kicks to Oladipo. Off target with his three. And it's right with the ball for the Hawks.
Timeout.
Since the second half started, they've only given up 3 points.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And the Heat call time here.
One thing you love about stars like Danilo Gallinari is how they remind you that basketball is truly an international game.
And especially, GA, for Gallinari to want to come over and play against the best in the world. It wasn't about achieving MVPs and accolades in the Italian league. He wanted to stack up his skill set versus the best small forwards and power forwards in the NBA, and Gallo has had a remarkable career as a professional here in the States.
The Heat trail by 11. And here's Oladipo. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Trying to end the drought, and the layup's good off the glass.
Such a good scorer on the inside, finding just a bit of space, and then Oladipo confident to knock that one in.
Right, looking around. Outside, Bogdanovich. Another three for Atlanta.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
On the wing, Morris. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. And Morris throws it down.
You know, Dedmon's not going to get a lot of possessions like that, but makes a very good decision. Finds an open teammate.
Now, right. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. No good on the three.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Okongwu kicks to Bogdanovich. Right against Robinson. Pass to Okongwu. 5 on the clock. And stolen by Dedmon. There's the lob to the hoop. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Luwawu, the pass to right, driving inside. Here's Okongwu. Up in time. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall.
Combine the height and the length Dedmon has.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Hawks ahead as they wrap up the 3rd quarter on a 12-4 run. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Atlanta. The 4th quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. At the guard positions, Young and Herter. And in at the forward positions, Hunter and Collins. And it's Capella in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the lineup for Atlanta.
Well, the way you keep plays alive is with some effort, and John Collins giving it to you.
Lowry looking around. It's stolen by Capella. And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Miami on defense, down by 12. Here's Young. Out to the right wing. Here's Herter. From outside, off the mark. And taking care of the ball has been a problem for him.
That's something they've got to fix. While the defense has been good, a lot of these turnovers have been unforced.
1 minute now into this 4th quarter. On the pass to Adebayo. It's intercepted.
And they're losing their concentration here, guys. Just sloppy with the ball.
Lowry kicks to Adebayo. Young against Lowry. Over Young. Adebayo finds Lowry. Just 3 to shoot. Hero from long range. Rebounded by the Hawks. Capella's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. And Butler sends it back.
Butler with great anticipation there and swatting that one away.
Hero with it, guarded by Hunter. Down low, Adebayo passes to Tucker. Over Hunter, here's Adebayo. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. 6 points for Bam Adebayo. Young against Lowry. Pass to Herter. Outside Collins. Back to Herter. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Herter showed some great progress in his first year, and now showing how much more comfortable he is.
And so he makes both from the line.
And you have to love how eager Kevin Herter is to make an impact for his team.
Well, the roles that he plays, GA, are quite special. I mean, he is a good shooter, but last year we saw a lot of growth in his playmaking ability. He's able to stay on the floor and defend guys at his position, so he has a great IQ on that end of the floor, and his game continues to grow.
The Hawks leading by 12. Over to the left wing. Capella kicks to Young. Pass to Collins. The kick out to Young. From deep. Knocked loose. And they get it back. Herter. And the 3 off target. The Heat trail by 12. Tucker finds Lowry. Back to Tucker. Adebayo, high post. And Capella sends it back.
Intimidating right there. Capella just gets so long at times and throws that one away.
Collins passes it to Young. Collins setting the pick for Young. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing. Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
And that was a great replay we just saw of our Mobile One block.
And big defensive plays like that will help them stay in control of this one.
Well, their pass to Hero.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for Atlanta.
And it may be a comfortable win for them, but you know they had to weather a few storms along the way, and that's all part of the story.
Yeah, Kevin, this was by no means the runaway that it might appear to be. It was a scrappy performance, though, all the way through.
And they recover it. Now, here is Young. Another miss by Young. There's 38 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Lowry from outside sinks the triple. Lowry's got it back down to single digits for the Heat.
Good, smart, patient play by Jimmy Butler. That time you leave someone that wide open, and he's going to find him.
Pass to Capella. Back to Young. 6 to shoot. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. And the dunk by Capella.
Impressive job by the players, the coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
Awesome to see their output tonight, trying to urge their team on, and that can always help. That home advantage of home fans getting you going, fully on display here.
And that's just smart basketball. Lowry reading the overcommitment and just whipping the ball to the open man.
And so it's Atlanta. All right, David, thank you.
great center matchup down low tonight. Chris, today's centers are so skilled. You helped pave the way for that.
Oh, thank you, D.A. But it's also because of the spacing. I mean, today it seems like there's more great passing big men than ever, but that's also because of the shooting, the spacing on the floor, and the talent of these guys, and very honestly, watching those that came before them and taking it to another level.
And a look at the starters for the Bulls. Ball and Levine make up the backcourt. Nikola Vucevic is out there with Patrick Williams. And it's DeRozan in at the small forward. Now here's Herter. And he lobs it up top. And Williams punches it home.
You like seeing Levine like more like this. Wanting to improve as a passer.
And here's Young. Outside Herter. Puts up a three. Pure from three-point range.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
We see this all too often. You have to be willing to put in the work.
Pass to Levine from outside the arc. Nails it from beyond the arc.
He's so tough to cover because of his athleticism and shooting skills. What an answer from Levine.
To the inside. Young, the pass to Collins. And stolen by Williams. Vucevic against Capella. Outside Levine. The kick out to Ball. Ball picks up the loose ball, but he was in the backcourt. They'll give it up. Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Outside Young from deep three-point range. No good. Now Chicago takes it the other way. There's Ball with a three. Collins with the rebound.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too. And talk about a guy betting on himself. Now, John Collins turned down a big contract prior to last season. It all worked out in his favor as he signed an even bigger one to stay with the Hawks. He's firmly planted as part of this team's young core.
And the basket by DeRozan. And an important part of every team's game. A look at the hustle stats for the Bulls.
They're setting the tone early with their defense, keeping the pressure on and taking chances. And they've got a bunch of steals to show for it.
One thing I've also noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off turnovers.
5 to shoot. Here's Herter. And the shot is good off the backboard. Herter's got 5.
Nice awareness there from the big man Collins. Solid at finding his teammates when they're open.
Vucevic, the pass to Levine. Rebound Atlanta.
That's a shot they're always happy to get, even when he blows the finish.
Stolen by Ball. And now the Bulls in transition. The three. Deflects the pass. Stolen by Collins. And he lobs it up to the rim. Throw it down on the lob.
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, you can tell they love to get out and run when the opportunity is there.
Now here's Ball. Here's Levine for 3. Capella with a rebound. 1:35 left in the opening quarter. Out of bounds. It'll be Bulls ball. Minute 32 left in the first quarter. Pass to Levine. Here's Vucevic. And here's DeRozan. Hunter covering. And the dunk by DeRozan.
One of the few guys in the league who make a lead pass like that. Oh, just a fantastic look.
To the middle. Here's Collins. And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm.
A really smart opening quarter for them at the offensive end. Moving, finding good shots. They're 4 for 5 from the field.
Ball outside. Outside Levine. Takes the 3. 6 to shoot. And he drives in. Ooh, some solid defense from Herter.
The defense has done a good job of forcing him in tough shots.
Knocks down the long J.
And this is how unselfish Young is. When he sees an open teammate, he gets them the rock.
The three from Ball. And it goes out of bounds. That went off Capella. And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here.
He had the right idea, just couldn't come up with the swipe.
Yeah, you can tell he feels he should have had it still. The hustle was impressive.
Now here's Ball. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game from him. Here's Levine for three.
It's been an ugly quarter for him. Trying to shoot his way out of it. Might be time to work on the playmaking skills.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Williams. Capella, screen on Ball. Young, the pass to Capella. Oh, it's stolen by DeRozan. Here's Levine. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. And still a close game as the first quarter.
All right, look who's coming over the court. Come on, get loud for your ATL Hawks dancers.
And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And from what we've seen from the Hawks, what's your take so far?
Well, it looks like hitting the boards hard was an emphasis of their attack. They knew how valuable it was to do so.
Yeah, governing the split-second chance opportunities. I mean, that's what has them in the lead right now.
And so in the game for the Bulls, Ball and Levine make up the backcourt. Patrick Williams out there with Nikola Vucevic. And it's DeRozan in at the three. Now here's Levine. Launches a three. Stolen by Collins. It's a 3-on-3 fast break. Hunter passes to Capella. And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into him.
Stolen by Ball.
They've done a lot of good things today. But one area they need to improve is their ball security.
Oh, and the jam by Levine.
Oh, Zach Levine. He's already won multiple dunk contests. How about another?
For a player who came into the league with as much fanfare as Lonzo Ball, it wasn't the smoothest start, Grant. He dealt with a lot of injuries and adversity.
And B.A., that makes the NBA learning curve that much steeper. Lonzo deserves a lot of credit for how he was able to stay grounded and stay focused. He tuned out the noise and kept developing his game.
He had 2 3-pointers in the opening quarter, but it hasn't been able to connect yet here in the second.
Yes, sir, and it's Ball with the assist that time. Ball's got his third assist of the night. Here's Young. Boy, he's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Outside Herter. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Collins. And there's the drive. And Collins with the slam.
The contact wasn't going to hold Collins down. He explodes into it and finds the shot.
Vucevic, the pass to Levine. Fires it. Pass to Vucevic. Stolen by Capella. And now the Hawks on the break. Here's Hunter. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. It's on Zach Levine.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
And let's talk some 2K, Chris. If you're building a player, what position would be the most fun? A guard, a wing, or a big man?
I would say, probably a wing, because you can kind of switch up on the length. You could be as tall as KD or as short as, let's say, Harden. But you can also have skill sets with that, quickness, shooting, getting other guys involved. So I would say, yeah, I'm probably going with the small forward.
Inside. Pass to Capella. The kick out to Young. Ball with a steal. Poke loose. Levine with it. Picked up by Collins. And Vucevic slams it in.
Oh, man, showing off the playmaking skills. Levine keeps his head up and makes the unselfish play.
Now here's Herter.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Three-pointer. He can't get it to go. Here's Levine for 3. On the wing, Levine. Vucevic, the pass to DeRozan. Over Collins. Here's Vucevic. The offensive rebound. Atlanta's gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. Oh, there's the alley. Hammers the lob through.
A great read between those two guys. The defense didn't stand a chance, B.A.
These two teammates right here, Grant, they are connected. Now here's Ball. Now quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. And there's the foul. It's on Zach LaVine. That's foul number 2 for him.
I appreciate the aggression, but that's already his second foul. He's got to play it a little safer now.
Young against Ball. Pass to Herter. Fires from deep. Rebound by the Bulls. Williams has got 4 rebounds in the game. And stolen by Herter. On the push. Here comes Atlanta. For 3, Collins. That's in. Coming off an assist from Young. Young's got 6 assists here tonight. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Hawks.
They're setting the tone early with their defense, keeping the pressure on and taking chances. And they've got a bunch of steals to show for it.
The other thing that's been effective so far tonight is their fast break. A lot of points coming on the run.
And the call will be against John Collins. That's his first foul of the game. Outside LaVine. Outside Williams. The Bulls with another miss.
Just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Pass to Capella. Now here's Collins. He's covered by LaVine. From the left block. Here's Collins. Unable to get that one. Now Chicago takes it the other way. And up the court come the Bulls on the break. Vucevic, the pass to Williams. Back to Vucevic. DeRozan outside. Back to Vucevic. Ball outside. Just 2 to shoot. He takes it in. Misses from close range. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. Thanks, Allie. After
16.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Kevin Herter really making a difference here.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
This game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
We've got Danilo Gallinari. DeLon Wright is out there with Bogdan Bogdanovic. Then there's Onyeka Okongwu, and it's Luwawu Cabarrot in at the 3. So that's the Hawks 5. Here's Wright after the basket by Chicago. Pass to Bogdanovic. To the paint. It's stolen by Green. And a fast break now for the Bulls. And he's going for the oop here. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Look, it's all about Thompson's vertical. He jumps up fast to make sure he taps in on that alley-oop.
Right outside. Outside for Gallinari. Knocks down the triple. Gallinari's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Their defense has to do a better job of smothering those shooters.
There's so many different paths to him. DeLon Wright has a unique story. I mean, he started at junior college in San Francisco, eventually playing a full 4 years in college.
Now here's Green. Well, no scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Pass to Luwawu Cabarrot. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
That's his first personal foul.
Hey, give Wright credit. He's had to work hard to get to the league, Chris.
Yeah, B.A. Well, Wright's an example of never giving up. I mean, the oldest draft pick in the 2015 first-round draft at 23 years old. I tell you what, Wright's carved out a spot in this league for himself with his second contract in the summer of 2019.
So Chicago ends up going with a new group. Now here's White. Pass to Green. To the inside. Thompson. Okongwu with the rebound.
And they've just built this lead by attacking the boards.
Sinks the tray. 5 points in the game.
The defense is nowhere to be found guarding the three-point shot.
Chicago timeout. Which non-exception wants a T-shirt? Heads your Atlanta
For Chicago, they've gotten 2 of 4 shots to go since the break.
ATL Hawks Dancers dance team.
Here's Caruso, hounded by Wright. Back to Green. And that's a foul called on DeLon Wright. That's his first foul.
Team second.
And it's Caruso on the take.
You know, some agile defense right there from Wright, sticking to the shooter like glue.
Caruso with the bucket. Caruso's gotten his first basket of the night.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
Second half of play here with just under 2.5 minutes passed. Bogdanovich, and the Hawks tack on 2 more.
I just love the ball movement.
White for 3. He drops it from range.
Well, there's the range on Kobe White's jump shot. I mean, the defense has to be careful with his looks.
Right outside. Outside Bogdanovich. Gallinari against White.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Gallinari, the pass to Bogdanovich. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Wright. And it's Chicago with a board.
Their first miss after hitting 3 straight shots, but I like their aggressiveness coming out of the half.
Here's Caruso, hounded by Wright.
The great read between those 2 guys. The defense didn't stand a chance, B.A.
These 2 teammates right here, Grant, they are connected. Right outside. And there's the foul. It'll go on Tristan Thompson. That's his first foul of the game.
Team second.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Here's Bogdanovich. And he makes it on the layup. Bogdanovich has got 4 points this quarter.
They made the most of their halftime adjustments. They're shooting 80% so far in the second half.
Here's Caruso. Outside, Green. And he lobs it up top. And an emphatic jam on the lob.
Oh, great teamwork right there.
Hey, you got to love the finish. Bringing it down with some attitude. Right outside. There's 45 seconds left in the third quarter. 5 on the clock. Outside Bogdanovich. Gallinari for 3. Here's Wright. No good. A bit long that time. Chicago trailing here. Outside White. There's the drive. Pass to Thompson. Now Green. He's covered by Gallinari. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. Free throw good. Green.
At line for the Bulls, Javonte Green.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. 12 seconds left in the third quarter. Now Young. Here he goes. 3 seconds left. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Give credit to Young's tenacity from the interior. Getting the D's attention right there.
And both free throws good for Young.
No, his free throw shooting is something they never need to worry about. He doesn't even know how to go through a post.
And we've reached the end of the third. The Hawks on top.
All right, look who's coming under the board. Come on, get loud.
And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
But it's also called making a good read, understanding where everyone is and taking full advantage. Fantastic.
Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. On the court for Chicago. Ball and Levine make up the backcourt. DeMar DeRozan is out there with Patrick Williams. And it's Vucevic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And so it's Atlanta with it, following the bucket by the Bulls. Young finds Collins. Up top, Capella. Young against Ball. And it's cleared by Vucevic. Well, the Bulls shooting at 45% of the game so far. And stolen by Herter. Outside Young. And there's the foul. It's on Zach LaVine. That's his third foul of the game.
First team foul.
Atlanta with the ball. Capella screen on Ball. And Young, here we go. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. It's going to belong to Nikola Vucevic.
Most people think of Young as a perimeter player, but he has the courage and toughness to work inside. Yeah, they've really made a concerted effort to get to the line here in the second half.
Ball passes to LaVine. On the wing, DeRozan. And here's LaVine. On the take. And the dunk by LaVine.
Determination from LaVine. I mean, finding his finish despite the contact.
Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Collins outside. And Collins with the slam.
Oh, man. He got fancy with that finish.
He may be trying to provide the spark they need to break this one open. Now here's Vucevic. 2 open that time. Made it look easy.
This is what leaders do. LaVine commanded the rock and coming through in the big spot.
Collins with a screen on Ball. Young, the pass to Collins. That's in. Coming off an assist from Young. Young's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Ball outside. Pass to DeRozan. LaVine with it to tie it up. The rebound by the Hawks. Collins has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Young, the pass to Capella. The kick out to Young. And he commits the intentional foul.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Here's Young going inside, so it'll be 2. And in a game this close, they're going to challenge the call. Coach does not agree with it, and he wants him to take another look at the monitor.
People were worried that this was
The previous play.
so many close calls in every game. The NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was...
After review, the ruling on the floor stands.
And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Billy Donovan was saying to the team. He was really urging them to stay after it, saying, quote, "We're right there, guys. Keep playing for one another, and let's take this game." Bringing the inspiration. Back to you.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. And so he draws the... And they're not happy with the call here. Coach has given the signal. He's going to use his challenge. Probably a good idea in such a close contest.
And even with...
The previous play is
We've seen
under
so
review.
many of these personal foul calls still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look so the officials can be sure they...
The ruling on the floor stands.
And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
And he makes a first.
The love Levine has for this game is evident. His work ethic and drive to keep improving, that's just the coach's dream.
Wrong guy to put on the line in the close game. You know he's not going to miss.
Now here's Young. Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Can't hit that one. And the Bulls going the other way now. Outside Levine. DeRozan finds Vucevic. Back to DeRozan. To the wing, right side. Ball with it. Picked up by Collins. Tipped. Outside Herter. Ball against Young. 1:27 left in the fourth quarter here. And the layup is good off the glass. And the Hawks lead by 5.
And so shifty with great handles. Young gets the defender to commit, then takes full advantage.
Here's Levine. All right, well, a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Hawks.
Their transition game, it's been clicking today. You can see why they push the ball every chance they get.
Another thing, they've not only caused a bunch of turnovers tonight, they've turned most of them into points. Yeah, just a fruitful trip to the line. He's made this a one-possession game.
Outside Herter. Back to Young. Pass to Capella. Puts it up from 17. The kick out to Young. Shot clock at 5. He can't get that one to fall. Now Chicago takes it the other way. Left side Levine to tie it up. Ball with it. Fires for 3. And again, no good by Chicago.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Now here's Herter. The D's right on him. Outside Young. Levine with a steal. Off the left rim and out. Vucevic with a steal.
It's all about getting a 3 right here.
That's what they need to tie it.
Boy, what a game this has been.
Oh, the officials are calling a technical foul here. You don't see this too often, but they tried to call for a timeout when they had none left.
A total lack of awareness there. Didn't seem to know they were out of timeouts. You don't expect to see that at this level.
Grant, he just completely lost his concentration, I think. Should have been paying better attention at that moment. And so it's Atlanta who scrapes by with a win. Boy.
And 2 conference rivals squaring off tonight, Steve. This has the feel of a playoff game.
Kevin, these teams have had their battles in the past. It's always fun to see them match up.
So here's Miami's starting group. Adebayo is the pivot with Tucker playing the 4. Lowry and Hero are the guard set. And it's Butler in at the 3.
What concentration from the crafty swing man. Zach LaVine enjoys scoring on aggressive defenders.
Now here's Lowry. The pass to Tucker. Butler against DeRozan. Butler attacking. No good off the spin. And here we go. Fast break. LaVine's got it. The wide open look here for DeRozan. And it's off from three-point range. Lowry passes to Adebayo. Oh!
An explosive athlete who finishes with power. Bam! Getting people out of their seats.
Pass to LaVine. Back to Ball. Left side, LaVine. Butler with the steal. And here they come. Here's Tucker. Goes straight to the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line.
That's his first.
Lonzo Ball picks one up.
Defensive Butler is absolutely tremendous. Active hands. Came away with a steal on that play.
And the Bulls with possession. It's a three-point game.
Well, Kyle Lowry, one of the big names in free agency last summer, made his mind up pretty quickly and wanted to go to Miami. With his competitive nature, he should be a terrific fit with the culture the Heat have built.
Yep, it counts.
I mean, a great decision by Zach LaVine. Could have forced one up, but he's trying to keep his teammates involved.
Now here is Lowry. From outside the arc, traps in the tray.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
On the wing, Williams, guarded by Tucker. To the paint. It's stolen by Adebayo. The shot by Butler. Nobody around. Another shot outside for Lowry. His three-pointers off the mark.
Okay, that's frustrating. You work hard to get these open looks. You know he liked that one back.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Heat have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip.
give him a hand, fans, your lovable dancing.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Lowry feeling it out a bit. Just 5 on the clock. And he uses the glass on the layup. Lowry's got 5 now.
Lowry on the pick and roll draws so much attention because he is so good at finishing the play himself.
LaVine with it. Now defended by Adebayo. Vucevic with the bucket.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Now here's Lowry. 5 points in the game. Out to the wing. Adebayo down low. Vucevic on him. Hero, that's a two-pointer. It's all in by the Bulls.
And he's frustrated. That's a shot he can make in his sleep.
He had a nice open look right there. LaVine's got his second bucket of the night.
Woo! Zach barely gave the defense a chance there. He quickly gets the shot in the air.
1:19 left in the first quarter. Hero passes to Butler, and it's Adebayo in the corner. No good with the triple. And so it's Ball who brings the ball up for the Chicago Bulls. They trail by 1. Vucevic up top, defended by Butler. Passes it to LaVine. Going inside, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Showing that electric speed and quickness, LaVine pushes the action, draws contact.
And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point.
We've seen him put a lot of pressure on the defense and then cash in at the line.
Lowry against Ball. Right side, Butler. Lowry kicks to Butler. Lets it go from the wing, and the jumper is good.
The closer the better for Jimmy, but his strong mechanics can make the mid-range work.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Levine, and he slams it down right on top of Bam Adebayo.
An explosive, high-level athlete. You see why Zach has won multiple dunk contests.
Here's Butler, pass to Hero. Outside Lowry. The kick outside to Butler. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. 1 quarter in the books.
All right, look who's coming out of the court.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
Their passing has been excellent here early. A lot of their baskets coming off an assist. That should set a great tone for the rest of the game.
Yeah, they're showing some muscle also in the first half as well, and getting a lot of their points in the paint. Really like the balance they've shown.
In the backcourt, it's Ball and Levine. DeRozan out there with Williams, and it's Vucevic in at center. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Here's Ball. Jimmy Butler making his last shot. Vucevic the pass to Levine. No good on the triple.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing. And Bam Adebayo, picked 14th in the 2017 draft, has made huge improvements throughout his career. Guy is a hard worker.
Now here's Levine. He's got 9. Offensive rebound.
How much mustard on that hot dog do you really need? I know he's going for the big finish, but he didn't need to do all that.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it. And Coach Spoelstra says that Adebayo continues to put in the work to improve.
And Kevin, you see it in his game every year. Never takes a summer off. Comes back each fall with a new wrinkle to his repertoire.
The Bulls keep it alive. Vucevic finds DeRozan. Here's Ball. Now recovering. 6 on the shot clock. Outside Williams. A second chance effort. And it's good on the way in.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Both teams putting forth their best efforts right now. This is the kind of game fans pay to see.
Here's Hero. After Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. It's good.
The athleticism plus the mobility. Tyler Hero is someone who drives well inside.
Ball against Lowry. Ball dishes to Vucevic. It's stolen by Lowry. Hero from long range. Doesn't go that time. So the Bulls will take it the other way.
And all quarter long, it's been the same story. Inconsistent with his offense.
And Levine, here we go. And Levine with the slam.
Some people say Levine settles for too many jump shots. This time, he doesn't.
Hero kicks to Lowry. No good from outside. Bulls have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Vucevic a screen on Lowry. Levine wide open. Buries it from 3-point range. And it's a 4-point Bulls lead. And Greg, you had a lot of success playing in college and the NBA, but what was the most fun you ever had playing with a team?
That's a tough call, Kevin. I mean, winning tends to be the most fun. So I'd have to probably say my UNLV team, but we had some great teams with the Knicks, and don't forget about my Blazers. They were also a really competitive team.
Now, here's Adebayo to the middle. Tough sequence there. They just couldn't get it to fall.
Out of character for him to miss that shot. Maybe just a little too casual there.
Hero with it. Now defended by Levine. Offensive rebound. Adebayo. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Hero on the wing. Launches it. Here's Tucker.
And this has really become a struggle for them. Their shots aren't dropping, and it's reflected on the scoreboard. They need to put everything they have into getting high percentage shots.
The Heat trail by 4. Hero on the wing. And the pass to Adebayo. And an intentional foul right there. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
And he makes the first.
I just love Adebayo's passion for the game and his desire to reinvent his position.
And Adebayo drops them both. Here's Vucevic. He'll bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter. Here's the 3. And stolen by Kyle Lowry. And it's all evened up.
Whoa, the solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard. Now here's Levine. Oh!
That's off contact. Really good body control. You like to see Zach playing physical.
Outside Lowry. Pass to Hero. Tries the spin move. Vucevic with the block. And they'll keep possession. Gets it to go. That one good from Adebayo.
A tireless worker. You don't have to call plays for Adebayo for him to score.
Butler finds Hero. The kick outside to Butler. Outside Lowry. That's in, coming off an assist from Adebayo. And it's a 3-point Heat lead. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
There have been a lot of lead changes. And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
You know, we're seeing players move further.
The Bulls.
Thank you, David. And
22. The Heat 25.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You look at Zach LaVine, he's really been playing well.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
He's been very effective on the move, forcing the action, getting to his spots, and finishing plays.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the court for the Heat, Duncan Robinson out there with Oladipo. Then it's Dwayne Dedmon, and it's Martin in at the power forward position. Outside, White. Pass to Caruso. To the inside. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Dedmon. The 3. Bangs home the trifecta. Dedmon's got the lead up to 9 now for Miami.
The defense a step slow. You can see the results.
Chicago calls timeout.
It's hard to disagree with the timeout here as the team badly needs to regain focus. They're out of sync offensively, way too many turnovers, and looking frustrated. They need to get back to their pace, their brand of basketball.
Driving the lane.
Now that's what I call a momentum changer.
Now, when you've got a point guard, that kind of spring, no lead is safe.
You're totally right. That can be a shot in the arm for them. A spark that turns things around.
To the wing on the left. Strus passes to Robinson. Spins. Here's Strus. Martin wide open. He fires. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. White wide open. He fires. Drains the three-pointer. White's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. Tries the spin move. Here's Dedmon. Outside for Robinson. And stolen by White. Here's Jones. Stolen by Martin. Down low. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Oladipo, the pass to Strus. Shot clock at 6. It's stolen by Jones.
And if you really want to make things hard on yourselves, this is exactly how you do it. Turnovers on back-to-back trips down the floor.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Drives to the hoop. Thompson passes to Jones. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Goes up with the stripe. And it's Miami with the rebound. Robinson with it. Jones covering. Dedmon inside. Working on Thompson. Here's Oladipo. Caruso grabs the miss.
Get that weak stuff out of here. That's embarrassing.
Jones dishes to White. And stolen by Dedmon. Martin kicks to Oladipo.
2 minutes.
Martin the pass to Oladipo. To end the drought. Here's Dedmon. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Dedmon's got 5 points now in the quarter. 1:41 left in the third. Jones drives in, lays it up and banks it in.
Allowing any room to operate, you know he's going to be aggressive.
Oladipo outside, driving to the basket. Caruso grabs the miss. Bulls trail by 4. Here's White, and the Bulls another 3.
There's a reason why Kobe takes a good number of threes a game. He's effective from deep.
1:02 left to play here in the third. Here's Oladipo. The feed to Dedmon. And Dedmon throws it down.
And when Oladipo makes passes like that, his team kicks into a whole new gear offensively.
Caruso, the pass to Green. Out to the wing. To the paint. The pass to Caruso. And there's the rebound by Dedmon. Miami leading by 3. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Robinson kicks to Oladipo. And it's White with the rebound. The Bulls have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Here's Caruso, guarded by Robinson. Thompson passes to White. And there's the drive. It's tipped. It's stolen by Oladipo. And we just finished the third quarter, and we got a tight ball game here.
All right, look who's coming out of the court. Get up and get loud.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one.
Get up and make.
The Bulls trail by 3. In the backcourt, it's Ball and Levine. Vucevic is out there with Williams, and it's DeRozan in at the small forward. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. Levine gets the buckets.
This is why Lonzo Ball was drafted number 2 overall. Elite vision and size.
Pass to Tucker. Dishes it to Butler. 5 to shoot. Hero on the wing. No good with the triple.
You know, we talk a lot about scoring efficiency. He's displaying the exact opposite.
And DeRozan kicks to Levine. And then Levine with the jam.
The added strength coming into play. Zach LaVine just shrugging off the contact inside.
Lowry passes to Butler. Spins. Takes it inside. Adebayo. And Adebayo throws it down. Boy, right down to the wire here. Still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, and after all the energy both sides have expended, both teams still hungry for the win.
Lowry against Ball. Levine for 3. Again, Levine missing. And so it's Butler with it. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. Their biggest lead of the game was 9.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Ball feeling it out a bit. He dishes it to DeRozan. Levine for three. Here's Ball. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. And stolen by Kyle Lowry. Here's Adebayo. Count that one. Adebayo's got 4 this quarter. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Heat.
They've been playing such pesky defense. It's been very impressive, especially all the turnovers they've caused.
And another thing, they've created a lot of turnovers, but they've also been able to convert when they've gotten down in transition.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Billy Donovan's huddle with his team. He talked about X's and O's, but he also said, hey, guys, we got to trust each other, stick together, and leave it all out on the floor. We'll see if they've got enough left to get over the top, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. There's Levine, the dish to Vucevic. Off the run, and it's Miami with the rebound. Adebayo's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Tries the spin move. That's good from Lowry on the assist from Tucker. And it's a 10-point Miami lead.
Really, really good possession there. They've never lost their focus, even as the game's gotten tight.
With their lead starting to stretch out just a little bit here late, they're in a prime position now to wrap this one up. His team hasn't picked up the slack, but he's doing everything he can do to win this game for them.
Lowry against Ball. There's 1:47 left in the 4th quarter. Hero from long range. Chicago has gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. Outside, Ball. And it's the Heat on the break. Goes up. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Tyler Hero being very active on the defensive end, capitalizing on the opponent's mistakes.
Lowry against Ball. Now here's Vucevic. He's tightly guarded. Pocket 6. DeRozan. Oh, and the jam by DeRozan.
Very few defenders in this league feel comfortable with DeRozan coming right at them on the drive like that.
Lowry passes to Adebayo. Kicks it to Tucker. And here is Hero. Here's Butler into the lane. Great D that time from Vucevic.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
And the shot is good.
The stop and pop on a dime. If Levine ever gets consistent with it, watch out.
Here's Lowry. 30 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Fires for 3. And it's Chicago with the rebound. And there's the foul. Will go on P.J. Tucker. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
And looking for a very quick shot here.
They have very little time to run a play. And then, of course, they also need to foul.
Yes! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Team foul.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some missing.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
What's impressive about Jimmy is how much of a one-man army he can be. He makes the effort to be everywhere on the floor and does all he can to help his team.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Levine. And so the big win by Miami in a tight game. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it.
And Grant, no shortage of athleticism on display tonight.
Here we go.
Something you'd know a little bit about.
Well, you know, BA, in my younger days, I might have caught a few guys, but maybe we'll see a few highlights tonight, too.
And now the Atlanta Hawks starters. Herder and Hunter fill out the wings. Collins at the 4 with Capella at center. And it's Young in at the 1. Now here's Young. Here's Herder. And a miss there on the triple. For 3, Robinson. Capella with a rebound.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Outside Young. Up and over Lowry. Young misses.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
Now here's Tucker. And the foul on DeAndre Hunter. That's his first foul of the game. Hero, he's checked in for Miami.
First team foul.
And we're about a minute into the first. For 3, Lowry. The shot misses, so Atlanta will take it the other way.
And Capella's journey to the NBA. Born in Switzerland, school in France, a project in 2014, and 90 minutes in just his first season, BA.
Again, the Heat misses. Now here's Hunter. Here's Herder. Ooh, good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
Yeah, you could tell Hunter knew he was open, did not hesitate to find him.
Lots of credit has to go to the Houston Rockets. Brent, they stayed patient developing Capella, and he's turned into a great center.
Yeah, part of that development was being in the G League for a number of games for him to get his conditioning and his feet wet. And then he was amazing during that 2014-15 season. Huge strides in playing alongside James Harden. Capella took a big confidence jump as well. You love John Collins and his ability to step back and shoot that ball. He just doesn't waste many shots.
In a league where efficiency is so heavily valued, John Collins' shooting definitely makes him an asset to his team.
Well, that athleticism, BA, and the fact that he makes himself available for those kind of shots, you put that together, and it's a tough guy to match up with.
Now here's Hero. Let's go with a 3. Hunter with the rebound. Herder with it. Hero picks him up. Here's Young. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Let's just remember this about Trae Young. In the 1920 season, he became only the 5th player in NBA history to average more than 29 points and 9 assists.
And when Young joined the 29.9 assist club, his company was pretty exclusive. Brent, the great Oscar Robertson, he did it a bunch of times. And, of course, you know the 3 others.
Well, I think James Harden, Russell Westbrook, of course, and then look it up, kids, Tiny Archibald. So all Hall of Famers, in my opinion, those 3 names we just mentioned. And the fact that Trae did it in his 2nd season, you got to be kidding me.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Lowry with it. To the left wing. Adebayo passes to Hero. Spins. Just 5 on the clock. Will it go? It's deflected.
How about that? That's a big boost defensively if Herder can get in there and block shots and intimidate in some way.
About 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Young against Lowry. Outside Herder. Jacks up a 3. And the call will be against John Collins. That's his first foul.
Just a little too eager for that rebound. As a result, he gets called for the over the back.
Yeah, just might have to take it down a notch there. Don't like the result of the foul. I like the tenacity, just not the foul.
Out to Lowry. Stolen by Capella. It's Herder on the wing. And the Hawks with another 3.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
And we've got 1:18 left in the opening quarter. Lowry, good.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Now here's Young. Shot clock at 6. This one for 3. That shot missing, and Miami will go the other way with it. Right wing. Here's Tucker. Oh, wow. And they've stopped the action here. They're using their coach's challenge to see if they can get this foul overturned.
Second team foul.
And even with the coach's challenge in place, we've seen so many of these personal foul calls still disputed.
Again, in the case of a player fouled on the
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right.
A three-pointer, and he will have 3 free throws.
The ruling on the floor stands.
And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
And he knocks down the first one. And known for his fashion sense as well. Tucker especially proud of his shoe collection.
I mean, Tucker brought 100 pair of sneakers to the bubble in Orlando. He has around 5,000 pairs overall. Even unveiled a sneaker loft because he has shoes all over his house.
Now here's Young. Outside Herter. Down low. Oh, it's stolen by Tucker. Fast break. Here come the Heat. Up again. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
So fun when you make the right read on the break. And Hero did so there.
And here's Young. Outside Herter. There's the three. And it falls for him. He's hit 3 of his first 4 attempts.
Oh, it's just raining threes for them early.
Lowry outside. And some nice defense there to end the quarter. And that concludes the first quarter of play.
Fans, welcome your Miami Heat dancers.
And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Hawks?
Well, guys, they are dialed in from long range already. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove out there.
I'm loving the ping pong action of the ball tonight. A decent number of assists so far.
And the Hawks, looking at who they've got. Young and Herter, the 1 and the 2. At the forward slots, Hunter and Collins. And it's Capella in at the 5. Tries the spin move. Outside Herter. Lets it go from deep. Adebayo grabs the board. Miami trailing. Hero finds Lowry. And here's Butler outside. Adebayo passes to Butler. Outside Tucker. Adebayo up top. Clock at 6. And it's blocked by Collins.
No, sir. Collins sending that one away.
Here's Lowry. He's got 6. Clock at 2. Shoots over Young. The emphasis placed on athleticism is bigger than it's ever been. And that goes for all positions.
Yeah, you're going to need athletes all over the floor, BA. And I think there's this trend to finding wing players or taller players who have the capability of being very good at a lot of things and not just specialists anymore. That's the way modern day rosters seem to be being built.
Here's Young after the basket by Miami. And Collins with the slam.
Yeah, when Collins gets up there like that, look out.
And just about a minute and a half has passed here in the second quarter. On the push, here comes Atlanta. Stolen by Lowry. To the middle. Here's Butler. And it's Butler with the jam.
Good job by Tyler just finding the open teammate and showing some good awareness.
Outside Young. Outside Herter. Pass to Collins. To the inside. Here's Capella. The shot that time not on target. Oh, great D that time from Adebayo. Hero for 3. It's hauled in by Herter. The Hawks have gone just 1 of 3 to begin the second quarter. Back to Young. All right, for those just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second. Here's Tucker. And it's off the back of the rim. No good.
Can't blame him. Just trying to take what the defense allows.
Back to Herder. Pass to Capella. Young with it, guarded by Adebayo. Capella can't get it to go.
Yeah, can't see why he missed that one there. The D's close, but looked like plenty of room.
Butler can't get it to go. The Hawks leading. Left side, Hunter. Banked it in off the glass. Hunter's got 5 now.
Yeah, every basket from this kind of range is going to help Hunter's perimeter game. Doesn't worry about the defense.
For 3, Lowry. Atlanta with the rebound. Capella's got 5 rebounds in the game.
And Kyle Lowry had a ton of suitors in free agency, and many teams felt he could be the player to put them over the top. But ultimately, he chose the Heat because they had recently gone to the finals. And I'll tell you what, it seems like a great fit overall.
Deflected! And that's out of bounds. Miami will keep it. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's Hero. Pass to Butler. Spins. Now Adebayo. Shot clock at 3. The Heat need to get one up in a hurry. Oh, there's the shot clock violation. So they'll turn it over. Let's take another look at the staunch defense during that mobile 1 block.
Oh, terrific defensive intensity right there. Getting stops like that is crucial for them right now.
Now Young. Outside Herder. Here's the 3. It's rebounded by Jimmy Butler.
Started out strong from three-point land. Hit 2 in the first quarter, but he's gone dry since.
This feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
He hits the second from the line.
And in the middle of the first round, there still are some gems. John Collins, one of those guys who went 17th overall back in 2017. And a guy with some all-star potential.
Now here's Tucker. Oh my, came close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws. They'll pin that one on John Collins.
Now at the line, Pete.
And he's good on the second.
Tucker. He will have 3 free.
It's good, and he's 100% from the line thus far. For Atlanta, they've got 2 of 7 attempts to drop since the end of the first quarter. Young, the pass to Collins. That's in. Coming off an assist from Young. Young's got 3 assists in the game.
Just do your work, try to get open, and Trey's going to find you.
Tucker with a screen. Lowry, no good.
This is a rough stretch right here for him offensively. Seems to be rushing shots.
Capella finds Collins. Outside Hunter with the drive. It's hauled in by the Heat. To the paint. Here's Tucker. Oh, and he hits it at the buzzer. Makes his... And we're through the first half. In that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. Kevin Herder really making a difference here.
Through 2 quarters of play, he's been an excellent source of points.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
They've got Victor Oladipo. He's out there with Tyler Hero. And it's Strus in at the 3. That's the group on the floor for Miami. 4 on the clock. Can't get the go-ahead bucket.
Defense dodged a bullet that time. Total breakdown.
Here's a Kongwu. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Well, you want to lead by an example. Bogdanovich leading the way with the assist.
Oladipo outside. Pass to Strus. Pulls it. Rejected by a Kongwu. And he lobs it up.
And the lead increases on a crazy offensive sequence.
Man, the dunk alone would have been incredible, let alone the fact that it came off a 10-point pass. Here's Oladipo. That shot, no good. So Atlanta will take it the other way. They've led by as many as 11, and they go to the intentional foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Robinson, he's checked in for Miami. Now here's Wright. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game from him. No problems knocking that one down. And the Hawks lead by 8.
This small advantage is starting to snowball.
Yeah, this team is looking to add to the lead, trying to put the other team away, and threatening here.
Robinson against Bogdanovich. Pass to Martin. Here's Dedmon. Outside Robinson. Basket counts.
The defense couldn't collapse quickly enough.
Atlanta's gone 4 of 8 from 3, a nice percentage. Oladipo against Wright. There's Bogdanovich with the 3. It's hauled in by the Heat. Here's Oladipo. Pass to Dedmon. Now here's Robinson. Fires the 3. Okongwu with the rebound. Bogdanovich passes to Wright. Tries again. And the layup is up and in.
He seems to be in the right place at the right time more often than anybody that's on the court here tonight. We see that pay off.
Oladipo outside. Here's Dedmon. Pass to Martin. Robinson with it. Oladipo outside. Over Wright. Here's Robinson. Defended by Bogdanovich. Robinson can't hit. Atlanta's gone 1 for 2 from outside the arc in this third quarter. Here's Okongwu. Here's Luwawu-Cabarrot. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Bogdanovich from long range. It's rebounded by Dedmon. Miami has got nothing to fall from outside in this third quarter.
And you love Bogdanovich and just the versatility he brings, B.A.
Big time throwdown.
Check him out. Keeps the grip on that rim after the finish. A little extra emphasis. Now here's Wright. Pass to Gallinari. Fires the 3. Sends it home from three-point land. Gallinari's got his first 3 points of the game. And as for Bogdanovich's ability to play anywhere on the floor, Brent, that's something that adds a lot of value to a player in today's NBA.
Think about second side actions in the NBA where the ball swings away from a primary scorer. Can the next guy do something with the ball? Bogdanovich certainly can. He can shoot it. He can put it down and make decisions. That kind of versatility pays off.
Robinson gets the bucket.
Not just the accuracy in the quarter, it's his movement and the energy that's getting him on this nice roll.
Outside Bogdanovich. And again, it's Atlanta.
And playing very well here in the second half. I mean, their shooting percentage is now over 50% from the field.
Now here's Oladipo. Outside Robinson. Takes a 3. Gallinari pulls it in.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Oh, got that bucket in no time at all. Bogdanovich has got 8 points in the quarter.
How about that touch, Bogdanovich? That time from way out.
Oladipo outside. It's stolen by Wright. 3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Luwawu-Cabarrot. And the Hawks tack on 2 more.
And they just continue to sharpen their offense here in the second half.
Oladipo with the ball. Well, he hasn't put up any points yet in this one. To halt the run. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
Oladipo, a guy who can live at the line with his power and explosiveness around the glass.
Now at the line, Victor Oladipo.
And he sinks the second. And here's Young. Up in time. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so it's Atlanta, now holding a 12-point lead at quarter's end. Tough to run with it. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we note, is peripheral vision.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. And Atlanta looking at who they've got. Collins at the 4 with Capella at center. Young and Herder, the 1 and the 2. And it's Hunter in at the 3, the small forward. So Miami ends up going with a new group. And then it's Collins with the dunk.
Collins now creating some problems down low with his length.
Lowry outside, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Trae Young. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Lowry outside. From behind the arc. Clock is at 3. From the wing.
Collins just understanding that his length can bother shooters, so he's using that.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
Back to Young. Pulls up on the wing. Another one falls for Atlanta.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Up top, Hero lets the 3 fly, and no good. So Atlanta will take it the other way. Pass to Collins, inside. Young against Lowry. The 3. Miami grabs the miss.
Every player goes through this. When your shots aren't going down, it can ding your confidence.
Adebayo passes to Hero. And here's Butler. Here's Adebayo. And Collins with the big block. Oh, deflected. Butler with a steal. Outside Tucker. From 8 feet away. Adebayo, no good. The ball's knocked loose. Atlanta's gone 6 of 14 from the perimeter tonight. Fast break Miami. Throws it up high.
Feels like Jimmy Butler is getting better on how he finds the open teammates, really elevating his playmaking skills.
Lowry against Young. It's Herder on the wing. And Tucker pulls it down. Tucker's got 4 rebounds in the game. Hero right side. Lowry outside.
2 minutes.
Hero outside. Back to Lowry. 6 to shoot. From the arc. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And so it looks like it'll be Atlanta's ball.
Hawks ball.
They can take their time if they want.
Yes, you have to regroup. Make sure you get a good shot.
Down low. Back to Herder. Here's Young. Tried to bank it in, but it misses. For Miami, they've gotten only 1 of 5 to fall here in the 4th. And he lobs it up to the rim. Pass to Hunter. The kick out to Young. Up and over Lowry. Atlanta again missing. Miami shooting just around 26% for the game. To the inside. And finished off by Adebayo.
Well, with a comeback out of range, we can put a bow on this one. Good performance for the Hawks.
And they got a huge boost from their reserves tonight.
Yeah, the point differential between the 2 benches was a deciding factor in this game.
Young against Lowry. 6 on the shot clock. Nice catch and finish on the lob.
Assist goes
And the
to
Hawks lead by 14.
Young.
And they came in here with some attitude, and they brought out their best play.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight, getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
For three, Lowry. Collins with the rebound. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Outside Hunter. Pass to Collins. Now Young. He's guarded by Hero. Oh, there's the alley. Stole it away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt. Oh, it's stolen by Butler. Fast break. Here come the Heat. Hey, rejected by Capella.
And Capella, one of the best shot blockers in the NBA. You can see his timing on that play.
Hero for three. No good. And so it's Atlanta easily grabbing this one. They have to feel good about this performance. It's one they can beat.